Hi everyone. Functionlanders AMA session, July 2023. So happy to be back with you all and hoping to have a great AMA session. As it's been the tradition here, I'll start by just giving some updates and then we get to different questions that have been asked in Discord or Telegram. And or anyone, if they have questions that they want to ask live, that's also possible. Perfect. And as well, I will let people in as soon as I see them pop out. So that's it. Okay, so in terms of updates and what's happening in the land of functions, the biggest update is that the RK1 batch, or as we previously called it, batch 3, is in the shipping pipeline. It's with the warehouse. We're working with 2 warehouses this time around, one for US and Canada and one for the rest of the world. Both warehouses now have the devices, and we are still waiting for the first tracking email to be sent out. This is completely up to them now. Like, we don't have any control on when their sorting process finishes and they start sending out packages with tracking links. But I'm confident it will start, and I was confident it will start last week, but in the next few days for sure. The first tracking numbers will be sent out. So that's the biggest question I've seen around the socials, that where are the devices? Agreed, they should be in our hands now, and they will be very, very, very soon. The wait is almost, I actually have the very first one from the RK1 batch here. So this one contains the, I received 4 samples from the batch. So this is one that I didn't tear out to see what's inside. This is the one that I teared out to just check what's going on. And another interesting thing I was really eager to try with this was the memory unit on it. So with this new design, we're allowing both SATA SSDs like this. These come pre-installed with it for people who bought the XL tier, and also NVMe drives on the same slot. So what I did was something interesting. I wanted to see if Gen 4 NVMe, which is the latest generation that is available to consumers, also works on our device. And I just tried it before this meeting, and it does work out of the box. So Gen 4 NVMe's work. Just to give you a closer look at what's inside. These are the dual band antennas that are made by Ratsa, and also the Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2 module, again by Ratsa. Underneath this heatsink is the RK3588, and this is what goes inside this before you receive it. And it's, I have a couple, and you will very soon too. So that's the update on the big questions, big question of life, universe, and everything when shipping. And okay, so now I want to go through some of the questions.
Here, let's change it right here. Right here.
Yes, Kate, I can expand on the test. So Gen 4 is so our PCIe slot here is moxed
Right,
with
hang
our
on.
SATA.
I think we need Burn by 89 to go on mute, perhaps. Or
Yes, give me a
someone.
second.
Yes. Some feedback. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Great.
No
Okay.
worries.
All good. Now I can go ahead, Kayla.
Sure. So the question was, can you expand on the Gen 4 NVMe drive? This was just like the matter of compatibility case. So we wanted to make sure that any storage module that people can buy are compatible with the device, and our slots accepts because it's moxed both the SATA variant and NVMe variant. Actually, the device ships for the XL tier ships with the SATA variant. But this is confusing sometimes because they have generations. So you don't go to like computer shop and say, give me storage. You need to be very specific. Like I want M2 2280 SATA 3 SSD, 2 terabytes, please. And then they will bring what you want, right? So if you just go and you say, I want like a 1 terabyte storage, you will have options. What we did with the design was we supported all the options. So no matter what they give you, it will be compatible. And the Gen 4 actually doesn't, for Fula Network's purpose, as I went through before, doesn't have specific benefits to the user. It's just much more faster, higher throughput, and like higher durable type of memory. It's the latest generation of NVMe. But for our use case, the old SATA 3 version also works just as well. But the problem that's solved is if you go and buy out the best and the greatest, it will be compatible because we created that. This is the first in SBC. So like the small board computers made by Ratsa and other brands currently don't take the extra step to accept both NVMe and SATA on the same connection. So you need to be careful of what you buy. What we solve is you don't need to be careful. Go buy the best and greatest and it will work. Go buy the cheapest and it will still work. Yeah. So good point, Kate. You said out of the box. This was actually on my agenda to talk about it, and I think we need to push an update on Indiegogo as well, about things that people need to get started with. A lot of people, over 400 people on the crowdfunding campaign, have bought the box light option on the Indiegogo campaign, meaning they didn't go for XL. So and the light option on Indiegogo doesn't include the pre-installed 1 terabyte storage. So the device that these people will be receiving, it's the same, exactly the same one. Only this slot is empty, so there's no storage pre-installed on it. So there are two paths to get it started for people who receive the box light without the storage pre-installed. The very easy path is to, as we've communicated before, get 1 terabyte expansion cards from Framework. And that's the easiest because the 1 terabyte expansion cards, you just fit into these slots that are on the outer tower, right? So you don't need to even think about what's inside, right? But then there is the more economic option and the more DIY option, which is because like a 1 terabyte expansion card goes for $150 on Framework right now. But you can get a 1 terabyte similar in storage, just the speed difference. You can get a SATA 3 SSD for $30-40, right? That's a huge cost difference. And the only difference from the usage point of view is there is absolutely no difference in the usage point of view. It's just you will need to open up your tower like I did here, and then insert your drive into empty slot. So you'll have you can have also some fun time opening up the thing and stuff. But both options are available, right? So if you're not willing to engage the inner geek, go for the safe bet of say easy option of like just getting an external expansion card or connect external hard drives. Or if you're in the mood for some screwdriver and some DIY, go for M2 SSDs, be it NVMe or SATA 3. So yeah. Okay. JJ, while I'm going through, Mino sent me some questions from the group, from Telegram that I need to go through. But if you have anything from Discord as well that you think is worth going through as well, it needs answering, hasn't been answered, feel free to bring them up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you did touched on it. A big portion of it was when they'll receive the emails with the tracking information. I'm trying to kind of get that a little bit, put it up there, but that's kind of the biggest hurdle right now and people are interested in. There are some questions as far as how to create their own node with their own hardware,
Sure.
and if there is a guided tutorial or documentation that
Mhm.
tells people how to do it, or if they might need a little bit more technical expertise themselves. So that did come up just to see if that does exist, and if so, where it is.
Sure. That's a great question. Um, unfortunately, there is not like a step-by-step tutorial yet. It's not that hard for someone who's a bit, as you said, technical to put together the step-by-step tutorial. And there's some attempts by community members. So for example, Wade is now trying to create like an easily installable virtual machine where so he's thinking of two ways. Either you just copy and paste the VM files and you boot it up with everything, and you just connect your wallet, or like a tutorial, a step-by-step tutorial for that line of creating a VM on your machine, right? That's one way. Also, Ehsan is creating a Docker Compose specifically for the laptop or like PC nodes, because it's a bit different. We already have like a Docker Compose, which is for the device, and this is what makes it when you boot it brings up the software and boots everything. But there is no laptop version or like PC version. So Ehsan is working on that. If that gets ready as well, then JJ, it won't need again technical, because it will be one step. So it's like have Docker and like invoke this Docker Compose op command, right? But again, as we find time ourselves in the team or community members like Wade who are willing to like create tutorials for others to undertake the same, that's much welcome. Did that answer your question from the community, JJ?
Yes, I'll be able to synthesize it, but I think that'll be really good. They'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking through it, I think that those two were the biggest for Discord.
Okay, all good. Okay, so on Telegram, Nuki has asked, who's also here with us. Hi team, as far as I remember, NFT mining rewards integrations happen after the mainnet and L4 launch. My questions are all this on the premise of having acquired the blocks, as in my case. Does having multiple elephants increase the reward or add any additional value compared to having just one? Nuki, exactly as you said, these are all based on the existence of layer 4 for all our plans, which are like quite detailed, and they go far into the capabilities of NFTs. For them to be there, we need layer 4 to be there, which we haven't got any manpower to allocate to yet. So detailed plan does like have the elements that you're talking about. So having multiple NFTs, specifically some Easter egg like features in the NFTs, where a certain combination of them will unlock different capabilities of the NFTs, has always been in the design. And the I think we talked about this, that the way we saw how NFTs work on layer 4 is revenue share, right? So as you know, after layer 4 is integrated, we will have developer rewards. That meaning anyone who develops an app, an independent developer or a corporate developer, doesn't make any difference. Any developer will earn rewards based on the downloads that they give for the apps. So our plan internally was to share that reward that we get from our flagship apps. The ones by flagship, I don't mean better. I'm sure community will make better apps than us. Just the ones that we made, right? We share those revenues with the community through the NFTs. So every time someone downloads FX photos or FX files, then anyone with the NFT or combination of NFTs, which will unlock more rewards, will get rewards, as well as Functionland. Functionland Canada, which is the developer. So we have Functionland Swiss, which is like the token owner, and Functionland Canada, which is just a contractor, right? So that's sorry for taking long, but the answer is yes, still in the cards, just not implemented. And number 2, I would also like to know if having more than one NFT could benefit the allocation in the whitelist. Yes, so the allocation is per NFT, and we are working with the DAO. We need to figure out the mechanism for like people participating on the launch, because it will be actually pre-launch these allocations. So yes, there is an allocation per NFT that will as soon as we figure out the logistics, it is per NFT, the allocation. I absolutely agree that it can get, so he follows by saying that this can give movement on OpenSea and generating interest in accumulating elephants. I agree. It's just about the timing. Right now, like NFTs are not in the radar of most people. People are holding their blue chip bags, and like Bitcoin is a stable coin for the past, I don't know, 4 months. So as soon as there is some external momentum, that would be the time that we want to like have those things in place. So I'm thinking again, it will be around the same main timeline for our mainnet launch, currently scheduled for Q1 next year. Anuki, if you have anything to add, please feel free to jump in. I think these were your answers. Same question has been asked by Dave Lear on Telegram, quoting a section of the NFT docs. We still get these benefits with the NFTs, and he's talking specifically about the special edition box and back then we said we will reveal the secrets of the NFTs, which we've since had. So the page hasn't been updated, just as the thing. So the secret is exactly Nuki's question. So the secret was like combination of NFTs will give you more revenue share essentially. Okay. And now I'm getting a stupid message saying meeting will end automatically in 7 minutes. And that's because I started on my personal account. But now that we have from community Big Onion here, hi Big Onion. I'll yield the stage. Anyone with more questions, please feel free to either type them in the chat, unmute your microphone if you like, and proceed. Kate, JJ, do you have any questions from anywhere else in the socials?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Kayvon. Hi, community. Hi, JJ and Big Onion. So I presented Functionland Bitcoin Bay this week in person on Monday. So it was really great. It was a crowd of, some degens and crypto enthusiasts and builders as well. So from like technical to actual, even hardware builders there. So that was really great. But I've been getting questions a lot around, what is this, the B2C? What is the compelling reason one should want to switch to Functionland or actually buy a box? Some of my own family members are saying, what is that reason? So if it's okay, I just want to share with you guys something. Oh, if you're able to let me share, Kayvon, if that's possible. Perhaps not.
Sure, give me 1 second.
All right.
Advanced sharing options. Who can share? All participants. You should be able.
Yes, I'd be able to now. Great. Okay, so what was I sharing? Okay, so this one here. Okay, great. So just one of the things I wanted to point out, if you guys can see my slideshow here. Okay, great. So I just said, it's all the Android users in the group. Where are you at so far? So, if they're at the standard sort of 200 gigabyte plan, it's $4 a month, not so bad, but then I also sort of showed, I think in future slides, some of these, emerging use cases that you'd pointed out, Kayvon, like these glasses and just how much like streaming, like data in the magnitude terabytes may be upon us soon. So anyways, it's not so bad, $4 a month, but with your disposable income and things like that, it's increasing. So by the time you've hit 5 terabytes, you're already at $36, plus your internet bill, plus all your other apps. And so when you're getting into this like larger space, these are Canadian prices. So sorry for the no USD, but you're almost hitting $200 Canadian if you're trying to support like a whole family's worth of, memories and storage. And that's excessive. I mean, that is a lot considering, grocery prices and things like that. And then the Apple side, actually on the Google Workspace side. So for just small business owners or people like small teams trying to start to get something off the ground, they're sharing. So I outlined these 5 terabytes of pooled data. And that's already costing you now $24 per user per month, right? So this is just okay, so it's not so bad. But once you grow your team to 25 users or want to hit that 6 terabytes, you're contacting the enterprise people and it's getting in excess of that. So that was just kind of interesting. And also mentioned a bit about the iCloud pricing. So you're not escaping that. You're already $15 more Canadian. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share. And that kind of like spoke to some people about that money and where it's going. Yeah.
No, that's amazing, Kate. I mean, the pricing that you listed from Google, with 2 months worth of their subscription for the 2 terabytes, they can buy a 2 terabytes SSD and put it in their device, right? And the difference is now it's lifetime, not 2 months, right? So in a year, I can buy 6 2 terabytes with the price I'm paying to Google, which is just and this is the whole point of Fula Network, right? To commoditize this and like demonopolize it from like central authority that decides how much it's worth and make it a free market, right? Storage is not cheap, not expensive. It's the cheapest commodity in computer hardware, and it should translate to customers, and customers should be able to, in a free market, like real estate, right? Real estate is a free market. You can do Airbnb and offer at whatever price you see fit, right? As opposed to I don't know, like federal government deciding how much you should rent out your stuff for, right? So yeah, very eye-opening comparison. JJ, do you have any? I think I still have the like 3 minutes. left.
Yeah, just a quick question. I know you had mentioned that we are waiting for the other shipping logistics companies to actually send out the emails, and the ball's in their court at this point. But I know there was a person who did reach out via Discord, and I tried to explain to them that they could change it via Indiegogo. So I might need to put like some infographic together. But as far as
JJ, now they are locked because they are for fulfillment. So we no longer can change addresses. Until last week, we were able to, but now it's whatever address that's been sent to warehouses already. And so if we need to make any arrangements, it's gonna be personal. So they need to collect it from the address that's been previously on Indiegogo.
Okay, sounds good.
But very exciting times. I mean, I think I'm hoping like the first blocks will be delivered by end of this week because the US warehouse already has the devices. If they finish the sorting in 2-3 days, be quick about it. Then it's 2-3 days shipping to the nearest address, probably from the location of the warehouse. So it's very possible that end of week will be the first blocks shipped.
I can't really see it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I forgot. It won't be the first blocks. It will be the first blocks from the RK1 batch. Yeah. Okay, so Zoom is giving us the middle finger of subscription from my personal account and saying, pay up. I've already paid, but okay, pay from multiple accounts. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. And it's been amazing. We'll be around in Telegram, Discord, everywhere. So feel free to share there. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Nookie. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Cheers.